2021 just started. Bitcoin just pumped pretty much to $35,000. I want to use this video with 7 crazy predictions for Bitcoin that I'm expecting in 2021. Some are going to be super positive, some are going to be negative. Stay tuned, have a lot of fun. Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of blockchain, cryptocurrencies, most of all Bitcoin, and that is exactly the topic of this very first video of 2021. Happy New Year, by the way. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. Consider subscribing. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's discuss those 7 key things that I'm expecting. Thing number 1, and it's pretty much driving the entire hype right now, and I can see this for the entire upcoming year. It's this institutional hype. It's on the one hand family offices, it's large investors, and it's actually gonna go over all the way to companies. And I am actually expecting that at least one large tech company will put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, similar how MicroStrategy has done that. Now, it's going to be a bit difficult to predict which one. Also understand that there are some hurdles for these companies to do so. So this is not just a very straightforward road, because they're going to get some pushback from the government if they do so. But yeah, I foresee at least one tech company doing this, and that's just going to be massive. And at the end, look, that's what's driving the entire hype at the moment. And hype is like this because there's not real hype. If you're in the crypto space, there's hype. But it's a very, very small group at the moment that's pretty much loading up on Bitcoin, which is very, very good if you consider this. So very, very solid as a whole. And I expect that, well, all through 2021 to be happening. That brings me to number 2. I think for the very first year, there's a realistic chance for a Bitcoin ETF. Now, the very first time I discussed this topic was actually pretty much 4 years ago. Crazy, huh? It was at the beginning of 2017. I still remember making the very first videos about calculating probabilities for that. And back then I said it's probably not likely that we'll see an ETF, but you might just want to buy some Bitcoins, because if it happens, it could have a huge impact on the price. Now I rather see it more and more likely. On the one hand, because Grayscale is just doing such a fantastic job kind of onboarding all the customers. And yeah, so I think this is definitely a likely scenario. This doesn't mean 100%, but it's definitely, to me, higher than probably 60%. So that's very bullish. That brings me to crazy prediction number 3. Retail is completely missing out on this one. And it's going to be very similar to 2017. Retail is probably going to figure this out at the very, very end. The funny question obviously is going to be, or the interesting question, what does this mean for the early adopters? What does this mean for us watching this video right now? Well, I predict there will be corrections along the way. This is normal, right? You have to be prepared to 25-30% corrections. So these should not be surprising to you. But one interesting question is going to be, will there be hype and bust cycles in Bitcoin, just like we had in the 3 prior cycles? Or is this 4th cycle now, is this going to be, because it's so institutional driven, is it going to be way more sustainable? Meaning it's going to have corrections just like any market does, but maybe these corrections are not these super crazy ice ages like we had in 2018. And I think there's a fair chance in that argument. So retail will definitely miss out. They will come in very, very late. They will experience a small correction, maybe 20-30%. They will get washed out again, and it will just keep repeating that way. So maybe one good investment indicator for you is when you feel that a lot of new people are coming in, not existing people. I don't know, at the moment, I don't know many new people that actually get involved. Let me know in the comments below if you're actually someone who hasn't been part of the prior cycle. Maybe you're completely new to crypto. I would be curious, because I think there's very few people. But so once there are a lot of those, you might want to take a few chips off the table. At the moment, I don't really see that. So crazy prediction number 4, and that is regulation. And that's a bit of a negative one. We're going to see stronger and stronger regulation. On the one hand, for exchanges, we're going to see crazy travel rules. We're going to see crazy tracking and tracing. We're probably also going to see the governments trying to impose bans on certain addresses. and we're definitely going to see on-chain KYC on centralized coins. I also think we're going to see a lot of block downs and bulk downs of companies that have done ICOs slash, well, security offerings in 2017, 2018. We're probably going to see this all around the world. We see this right now with Ripple. Now, I'm not saying that the Ripple lawsuit is actually going to be successful for the SEC, but I'm just saying we're going to see more and more of those. And at the end, all the governments and regulators around the world are going to look at those centralized coins that are where companies, real companies, are trying to enrich themselves. And I made other videos on this where it's really, really important, I think, to, well, kind of get involved in projects that are really decentralized. Either have not done an ICO or are admitted. For example, Ethereum, Bitcoin, they have been admitted by the SEC to not be securities. So these would be the projects. I think many others. I mean, you see the privacy cut down right now. I just think this is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Why? Well, the larger Bitcoin gets, the more the government has to be prepared, and the more the government wants to have checks and balances in place. It can't control Bitcoin, but it can control a lot of the ecosystem around it. So be prepared for that, right? You shouldn't be scared of that. You should actually be expecting it. This is how, if you are a good war general, kind of go into war. So keep this in mind. That brings me to lesson number 5. And that is, we're going to see a couple of tech updates in Bitcoin. Taproot, in my opinion, is going to go through in 2021. Schnorr, on the other hand, I think is going to take a bit longer. It's probably going to happen in 2022. That's relevant, especially when we talk about quantum proof signatures. So this discussion will keep going on. For those of you that are a bit tech interested, keep this a bit in mind. If you're worried about quantum computers hacking your addresses, very simple. Transfer your coins to a new address where you have never sent anything from, so there was never a signature created. Then, as of the current knowledge that we have, quantum computers should not be able to attack that address for the very simple reason that there is a hash protecting the public key. So just keep this in mind in this entire kind of process. This is kind of the tech updates that I see here. And that brings me to update number 6. I think the DeFi hype is definitely going to continue in 2021. I think 2020, similar how an ICO hype happened in 2016, in 2017, that's when it got really strong. I totally foresee this ICO hype in 2021 as a DeFi hype, with the major difference, and that's a big, big difference. Just like in 2017, there were ICOs that today are some of the largest cryptocurrencies. You can go on CoinMarketCap, look at the top 20 coins. A lot of these coins are actually ICO projects from 2017. Now you will, and 2016, obviously. Now you will see a lot of projects failed, and the same is going to be in DeFi. Probably in 2 years, we won't see most of the projects, and some projects will actually become super important. And here are a couple of things that I predict. First of all, I predict the DeFi on Bitcoin topic is going to get super hot because it's basically an extension of additional function sets that Bitcoin doesn't have itself. And so that's going to be a hot topic. I think especially the Wi-Fi system on Ethereum is just going to gobble up a lot of the other projects. It's going to get massively big. And I also think Binance is going to drive, or is going to try to kind of drive here a bit and get some market share. So these are definitely some key predictions. And obviously that brings me to prediction number 7, and that's the price prediction. We're right now at close to $35,000. For me, the $100,000, so 6 figures, is absolutely realistic. I would not be surprised if a time traveler comes back from the end of 2021 and says, hey, Julian, by the way, Bitcoin hit $100,000. To me, that would be truly expected. Now, I'm not saying that this is a guarantee, and there might be a lot of black swans, so be aware of the black swans. I talk about that so often, especially you could have Tether problems, you could have Satoshi problems, you could have code problems, and so on and so on. So just keep this in mind. But other than that, I think there's not much in the way for the 100,000. I would not be surprised. Now, let me kind of clarify that. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit gold parity, and gold parity is going to happen at around $250,000, $300,000 for Bitcoin. So yeah, hey, that would be about an 8x, 9x from today's prices. I think that could definitely be in the realm. I know that some people are talking about $1 million. Now that would be really surprising to me. I rather think 6 figures, 250, 300,000. That's kind of the key things for me. So all in all, I think a lot of very positive things, especially with the entire ecosystem, with the entire environment that's happening, all the money printing, all the uncertainty, and obviously all the scarcity that Bitcoin brings to it. To me, I mention it so often, it's an absolute must to be involved in Bitcoin. Obviously, if you want to buy Bitcoin, check out Cake. Is the company that I'm involved in. You can buy Bitcoin on there. You can actually lend them, get straight away 5% per year on your Bitcoins. Fantastic service. At the moment, there's a sign up promotion that, well, you don't want to miss out. Simply for depositing your first dollar, you're going to get a $10 bonus. So, yeah, definitely want to check this out. I think very, very fantastic future. I'm very much looking forward to 2021. If we don't see a black swan, then I think it should be very, very bright. Let me know if I forgot any topic, any point. Would be very much interested. Let me know in the comments below. Again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button and the bell icon. Then I'll see you the next time. With this, thanks so much. Very much appreciate it. Stay safe. Have a really awesome year 2021. See you next time. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.